Armand shook his head, his dark brown hair sweeping across his shoulders, his brown eyes nearly black.
We really shouldn't get involved, Levka. I feel it in my blood. We'll be in the worst kind of trouble this time.
Stasio pulled his long, sandy blonde hair into a tail.
I don't like the odds. Fighting the Marche barons along our borders in Wales was much more to my liking.
Levka gave him a warning look. Not that it ever did any good. Stasio never seemed able to keep up with the changing centuries.
How scary! A bunch of long-haired goths who don't know when to mind their own business, the leader of the bullies shouted. Let me add a little blood to your costumes to make you look really creepy.
Certainly, Stasio said, his voice dark and menacing, his stockier build readied for a fight. We could always use a little extra blood. The girls trembled in their heels, and they looked as scared of Levka and his friends as they were of the thugs. Levka tried to defuse the situation without bloodshed, because he knew if it came to that, the League would come down harder on them.
Go, leave. There are 4 of us now, and you're well outmatched.
Ha! Well, you won't be any match for this. The big guy yanked out a gun hidden in his denim jacket.
That's the way to show him, Joey,
the lanky boy said, and lunged at Rurik with his knife. Rurik smiled, the look of pure evil, and swung his ghostly lightsabers at the guy. He moved, quicker than the mortal's eye could see, grabbed the boy's arm, and twisted hard. Snap! Screaming in pain, the teen dropped the knife. He grabbed his arm and ran several paces backwards.
He broke my damn arm!
Better than your scrawny neck, eh, cockroach? Rurik asked, the humor sparkling in his green eyes. One of the other thugs stalked towards Armand, probably figuring he was a wimp because he didn't want to fight. Stasio slipped closer to the blonde.
Hey, he looks kind of like Johann von Kruger, eh? German Nazi killer extraordinaire? Even has the butch that looks like his, only, the blue streak down the middle kind of destroys the tough guy image.
Levka rolled his eyes. Everywhere he went, Stasio had to give a living history lesson. Ignoring Stasio and concentrating on Armand, the Nazi-looking kid waved a blade inches from his face. Armand straightened his back and towered over all of them by a couple of inches, his willowy appearance deceiving others into believing he had little strength. No good will come of this, I say.
Afraid?
The boy asked, baring his yellow teeth.
Yes. Of what I might do to you.
The guy leapt at Armand, thrusting with his knife into the misty gloom. From behind the creep with the curly black hair, Armand said,
What about you? Want to fight?
The guy let out a frightened cry and bolted down the deserted street.
Don't run with a knife, Armand said under his breath. My mother always told me that.
The boy tripped on his own 2 feet. He fell to the asphalt, jabbing the knife into his chest.
Guess my mother was right.
The big teen shoved the gun into one of the girls' faces. I'm gonna kill her if you don't leave now! With his fingers squeezing the trigger, he was shaking so hard. It was only a matter of seconds before he fired the bullet. At this close range, he couldn't miss, and the girl could very well die.